Welcome to another Chainlink update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we post like a million updates a day. And I really hope you enjoy this Chainlink video. So as you can see, we are currently at the bull market support band. We'll see if we hold above it or not. There is a chance that we test the 50% extension before we bounce. Now keep in mind, we have to hold the 50% extension, and if we don't, it's not going to be too great, because that would put us in between the bull market support band, and if we are there, we might as well drop below the bull market support band, and I don't really want to see a drop below the bull market support band. We just had a cross on the bull market support band a couple of months ago, and I don't really want to see a break below the bull market support band, because that would get us another cross, and that would put the red line of the bull market support band above the green line, and that would be bearish, because the last time that happened was literally up here when the first wave to the upside actually got done. So yeah, after that we just went down for about 6 months, so we don't really want a cross on the bull market support band right now. Keep in mind, we are currently oversold on the 4-hour chart, which is a good sign. The last time we were oversold was up here, and before that, the last time we were actually oversold was when we were at about $9. So the fact that we are oversold right now is actually very bullish, and we'll see if we get a bounce or not. Keep in mind, I'm still expecting a fifth wave move to the upside, and it should get somewhere between $35 and $42, maybe even higher, but probably not higher than $43. And yeah, that will complete a first wave of the main third wave move to the upside, which is up here. And this is the third wave of a very large 1-2 setup that we started after getting the bear market low in June of 2023. The minimum target for the third wave up here is $105. That's the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup. And yeah, I think it's possible to get there, but only if Bitcoin dominance actually starts dropping. I will talk about that soon. First, let me talk about the short-term potential of Chainlink. Well, I've already talked about that, but I want to explain the whole wave count again in case you don't understand something here. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, and like I said, we need to complete the fifth wave to complete a first wave of the main third wave move to the upside, which means that after we get somewhere between $35 and $42, we will need an ABC down for a second wave of the main third wave, and then after that we will get a third wave of the third wave, which will be the most impulsive move of the cycle, and I'm expecting that to happen extremely soon. And how soon am I talking? Well, in my opinion, it should start right now. We should get to about $30 to $35 extremely soon if Bitcoin dominance actually starts dropping. Now, speaking of Bitcoin dominance, let me look at this chart. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance is currently above the bull market support band for like a millionth time now. And yeah, it cannot really seem to be able to put in a higher high, and it just keeps putting in lower highs, which is good because at some point this structure will start breaking down. And I think it's only a matter of time until that happens, because we just had a cross on the bull market support band about 49 days ago, and I did talk about this multiple times in my previous videos. In the previous 2 cycles, it took about 48 days for something to happen after the cross on the bull market support band. So yeah, that's why I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to start dropping soon. It happened in the previous 2 cycles, so why would it not happen in this cycle as well? Now, of course, it does not have to be exactly 48 days. Maybe it's gonna be 58 days on this cycle. We don't have to copy exactly what we did in the previous 2 cycles, but it should start happening extremely soon, at least in my opinion. This to me looks like a top. We got above the 0.618 extension of the previous all-time high, we got rejected, and if you look at the bull market support band, it even started to turn around, and it's probably going to start doing something like this, and whenever that happens, Bitcoin dominance will finally start dropping. And also, what we are getting right now looks like a big fake out. Yes, Bitcoin is down about $20,000, but this is actually nothing to worry about. We are actually in a fourth wave to the downside right here, and this is good because this means that my wave count so far has been correct. And yeah, we could drop lower in the fourth wave. The bull market support band is currently at $83,000. We could drop there to test it. Maybe we will, maybe we'll not. Keep in mind, we are currently oversold on the 4-hour chart, and of course this does not mean that we cannot go lower, but you know, in the last couple of times after we got to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart, we at least had a short-term pump, so we'll see if that happens again or not. But if it doesn't, we should test the 0.382 extension next, which is exactly at the bull market support band. We did this multiple times in the previous cycles. Bitcoin always wanted to test the bull market support band. Of course, it did not happen in 2021. However, it happened many times in 2017. So this cycle looks a lot more similar to 2017 than to 2021. As you can see here, we tested the bull market support band many times. We tested it here, and yeah. This could mean that in this cycle we will not have a double top. This could mean that we will only have one all-time high like we had in this cycle in 2017 and not two highs like we got in 2021. So keep that in mind and be very careful. Also, this cycle, so far this looks more like the 2017 cycle than the 2021 cycle, because here, for example, in 2021, we had this huge drop, which of course was the pandemic drop, but I think this move had a bad impact on the market, and I think Bitcoin would have gone to about $100,000 if it weren't for this drop right here. So yeah, in this cycle we have not had a pandemic drop like that, which means that we are most likely following the 2017 cycle rather than the previous cycle. And if we are, of course, we are testing the bull market support band. Of course, we will test it multiple times throughout the year. And yeah, here we tested it about 5 times. So if that happens again, don't be surprised. And also keep in mind, we always have these huge drops during the bull market. And this is not even a huge drop. Right now, Bitcoin is down about 16%. And people are already freaking out. They are calling for a bear market. They are saying that we will not get an altcoin season anymore. And keep in mind, whenever everybody is fearful, you need to be greedy. And whenever everybody is greedy, you need to be fearful. Right now, everybody is fearful. Everybody is thinking, oh no, we will not get an altcoin season in this cycle. It's over and my altcoin is going to zero just because Bitcoin is down like 16%. No, this is just fear and this is just FUD in my opinion. I don't think we are nowhere near close to all-time highs. Like I've told you multiple times throughout my previous videos, I believe Bitcoin will get about 255,000 by the end of the year, and that has been my prediction for a very long time now. I am the same person who predicted that Bitcoin will be at 100k by the end of 2024, and I've been saying that since we were pretty much down here at about $50,000, and everybody was calling me crazy back then, and what do you know, we got to $100,000 by the end of the year. Of course, we did not get to $130,000 like I thought we would, because if you look at the Bitcoin monthly returns chart, which is this right here, in December we actually closed a red wick, which is a bit unusual because in the previous cycle, for example, in the halving year, Bitcoin went up like 47% in December, and in the cycle before that it went up like 30% in December. So the fact that we closed a red wick in this December is a bit weird, but keep in mind we don't have to copy exactly what we did in the previous cycles. Maybe Bitcoin wants to do something new, and even if that is the case, I'm still expecting it to go higher no matter what happens. If you look at the monthly RSI, we are barely overbought. We are nowhere near close to being at the RSI levels that we were right here. So yeah, this does not look like a top, and I think this will continue going higher and higher. Now I know this is not a Bitcoin video, but I would make a Bitcoin video, but nobody would watch it. So I just have to, sneak it in the altcoin videos. And there's nothing left to say about Chainlink. I have already told you everything that you need to know. The third wave, like I said, will most likely get to about $105. Then we should get a fourth wave move down and then a fifth wave move up. Now keep in mind, there are some altcoins, well, Chainlink is actually a good example of this. There are some altcoins that will not get a 4 and a 5, which means that we will not get a double top on some altcoins like we got in the previous cycle. For example, Chainlink already had 5 waves up here, so of course it did not need to get another high in November. But there were some altcoins that only had 3 waves up, and they never got a 4 and a 5. They just went into the bear market. So I'm not saying that this will happen with Chainlink, because in the previous cycle it did manage to form 5 waves, but you never know. If we manage to form 5 waves, we should get to about $160. I know that sounds insane right now, but I think it's possible, especially if Bitcoin dominance drops to about 40% to test the trend line right here. And I think it's only a matter of time until it starts dropping again. So yeah, don't get too fearful and just enjoy the ride. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.